right, let me know when you're ready. Okay, I'm here with
Bill Bassett.
and he's got one of the families that are just transforming wrestling. How did you create such like a competitive family?
I think just surround them with good people and just getting them to love it. And once they loved it, it became easy.
Were you yourself a wrestler, and what was your experience like wrestling?
I was a wrestler. I was nowhere near my boys. I was more of a football player, but I coached wrestling. I loved wrestling, but I wrestled basically to get better at football. We were a better football school where I went to, and wrestling's been part of our life. And I can tell you, my boys were much better than I was. So,
how did you guys get them into wrestling, and like how old were they when you started them?
Yeah, so I coached the young guns before my boys were born, and so from the day they were born, they were wearing a young guns onesie. So it's pretty cool. So yes.
And then parents want to know, like, how hard is pushing your wrestler too hard?
Yeah, see, I think that every kid's different. I think once you get them to love it, you don't have to push them. If you have to push them, you got to go back and get them to love it. Because once you love something, you want to do it. You can't wait to do it. And that goes for anything in life. So once they found the love for it, I didn't have to say a word. They want to. They understand that I get the opportunity, not have to go to it.
Did you have to strategize as a parent to get them to love it, or did it just come natural?
No, I just surrounded them with really good people. They had a lot of really good role models. They have had a lot of really good coaches over the time.
In the world, right here.
In the world. And the last question is, like, was there ever a tough time for you guys, for your boys? And then how do you overcome those tough times?
Yeah, I mean, I think everything's part of God's plan, win or lose. So if they win today, it's part of the plan. If they lose, then it always lights something up. It always brings out more, with the boys. If they suffer a loss, we don't dwell on it, but it always brings a better version of them. So to us, we never get too big on a win or low on a loss.
And the last thing is what's something that you envision for the future of wrestling, like with RAF and NIL? Like, do you like the way wrestling's going, and or what would you suggest for wrestling's future to continue to grow?
Yeah,
in the public?
I think real American wrestling is the future. I mean, I hope it is. I mean, every wrestling fan should be excited for it. It gives all these guys a platform, a professional platform. I mean, you got NFL and NBA, and they all have something after collegiate sports, whereas wrestling hasn't had that. There's been companies that tried, but RAF's for real, and I think that it's the future of wrestling, and I can't believe a wrestling fan wouldn't be for it.
Yeah.
Because it's given another opportunity to watch amazing wrestling.
Yeah, heck yeah.